My name is Johannes Drakenberg, and you are watching the 5T podcast Techno and Talk Tuesdays and Thursdays with Ty.
Den ene ack så halt, den andre så blind. Den tredje säger alls ingenting.
Cheers, bro.
All right, cheers, man.
All right. We're back with another episode of the 5T Vodcast, Techno and Talk on Tuesdays and Thursdays with Ty. Today we have a special guest. All our guests are special, but I'll let him introduce himself. Who are you, and how did you end up in Stockholm's techno scene?
Well, my name is Johannes Drakenberg, and it was a long time ago, but I guess I started DJing when I was like 14, which is soon 20 years ago.
Wow.
My brother, he had this venue where during the breaks I was like praktiserade there. So during the breaks, he'd let me like DJ with some stuff because he was like, yeah, do this and I'll do some other work.
What kind of venue was that?
Teaterskeppet,
Okay.
near Slottet.
Okay.
And he was like, yeah, play with this, go back and forth. I loved it. I started doing it at home, and then I like practiced it all the time, so much.
What kind of music was it back then?
House music and some trance.
Fantastic.
Like everyone has started trance, right?
Yeah.
Then I became 18, started playing in clubs right away. I did like a year. I did play some house, not techno, but houseier gigs. And then I wanted to learn everything about DJing because I loved it so much. I have all the aspirations of becoming, really, really big back then. So I played like R&B gigs, Schlager gigs, just to learn every aspect there ever was.
Yeah.
Because I think there's always something you teach from everything.
Definitely.
And then I guess my first techno gig was like at the Summons open air in Vinterviken. I was playing with my vinyl records and telephone, and people like, who is this guy? He's like young kid playing vinyl records with a telephone. He's like 18.
I think I might have been there that day.
Yeah. Santiago
Maybe.
Naura, Marcus Stork, Craft, I think too as well. Jens and Kenneth's party. Really good day.
Yeah. How'd you come up with the telephone idea? Because that was fucking magic.
I think I just love the challenge in all aspects of life. So I thought, usually in clubs you always have two decks, and that was not enough for me. So having the telephone made it even harder because you can barely hear and that stuff. You can beat match, but that's like
that's it.
It's so funny because like once we were at Fabriken, we were playing, and someone wrote in the event afterwards like, oh, it was a great party, but this poser in the beginning, he was speaking to the telephone and like, DJing all the time. And he was like, he's just posing. Kenneth was like, yeah, he's DJing with that.
he thought you were actually just talking on the phone.
Yeah, he thought it was
Oh
just
my
like standing
God.
in the booth being like a poster, being like, yeah, I'm DJing, I'm so cool.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so much fun.
Wow. All right, but you said your first gig was at Winterviken, your first techno gig, or
My first techno underground gig, yeah. But I've played house and techno in clubs, but it was like, 18, 20 club. I really didn't know the scene until I got my first gig. I knew DJing and all aspects of DJing, and I DJ, clubs in Gamla Stan, a little bit of Stureplan, some clubs in Söder, and I was just DJing,
Do you remember what your very first gig was?
I think
Like first one that you got paid for at least.
It was called Pons in Gamla Stan. It was this 18 plus club. I started up in the lounge and upstairs, and I played this Numark CD Mix 1, and that was like two wild, horses that you had to.
Yeah, I remember those. Overall, these times that you've been playing, what do you say has probably been your favorite experience?
I think just the moment when you really feel that you have them in your hand, when you totally connect to them. I work a lot with the people, Not saying that I play whatever they want, even though I do see our profession as a entertainment, role in the club. It's not about me and what I like and love. I like a lot of tracks, a lot of different, moods and genres and this. So you always have your core sound, but you can move around it. But working with the crowd is the way to go, because then this exchange happens, and that's what makes it magic. I always play from instincts.
Yeah.
I love to just improvise always. I can't really plan. I do, make like a playlist of 150 tracks, something like that, with like
Exactly.
this somewhere is where I want to go, and then I adjust accordingly to where I want to go. But
And to how the crowd is reacting.
yeah,
so,
exactly.
So do you think the passion is still there after all these gigs?
It always increases
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
because I love this, and
Okay.
it's I guess the moment when I stopped trying to live off it and stopped I guess it happened when I did 2 countries in a weekend. I realized like this is not. I'm never gonna do this. I'm never gonna be able to do this for when I'm 40 plus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm much more happy to play here and do maybe once in a while you go abroad.
Yeah.
Like I thought going abroad all the time, traveling,
Yeah.
standing there in the lines behind people who can't get their keys out of the pocket, all that stuff. Airports. I'm not afraid of flying. I just hate airports. I hate the whole concept.
Yeah.
And I was like, I went to Miami once. I went back. I don't want to live that life. I understand why people do private jets when they're big, because
Yeah.
it's a fucking hassle.
It is a very big hassle,
Yeah.
actually.
So when I stopped living off it and stopped worrying about always getting paid the money I wanted to get paid and always taking every gig because I had to do it, it just changed. From being a work, a profession, to just a professional hobby, I guess. And I love that. I love just loving it. Music is supposed to be loved and enjoyed, not of course you can make money of it. I don't say anything wrong as long as you're transparent that you're not your main goal, but like a huge goal of your career is to make money out of it. Then I'm totally fine with everything. I don't like when people are like, no, it's just all love, and then there's really
Money hungry.
Yeah. Then it's kind of fake. But I guess it just increases, and giving is always something we humans enjoy, and giving to the culture, and giving with knowledge or passion or love, or giving back to others. It's really feels really good.
The change that you want to see in the world. We love you! We love you!
A few years ago, you had some issues with the authorities, and you fought it to it took you how long?
2 years.
2 years for you to get it resolved. Can you explain a little bit what that situation was about and exactly what happened at the end of it?
Yeah, so what happened was that we had a party at not Grytan, it was Amphitheatern in London. It was a sunny day, it was really nice. Another promoter had a party in Grytan. And we did our thing, they were doing psytrance, we were doing house techno. We started at 2 p.m. and they started at 12 p.m. So they came by, they drove in their Piquet bus. I go straight for them. When the driver gets out, she closed the door, she turns around, there I am like, hi, I'm Johannes Drakenberg, I'm the promoter, how can I help you? And she's like, oh, what the fuck is happening? Is someone taking responsibility for this?
Yeah, very unexpected.
Yeah, exactly. It has always worked for me in the past, just to be like head on, straight on.
Exactly.
Your people,
Let's deal with this,
who's doing this, But she's like, wow, it's so nice of you. We spoke a little bit. She took my number and ID, and then they left. They're like, have a good time. Keep on playing, So we thanked them. Everything was fine. We left, and then 2 weeks after, they call me like, oh, you're suspected for doing, brott mot ordningslagen and blah blah. Can you come into a meeting? So I do join a meeting. And they asked me, this really old lady. She just basically tried to get me to say, I've done it, can you just please comply and
Give me a fine.
just
Yeah.
stamp it, I was like, no, I want a lawyer. He's like, you're not gonna get a lawyer, young man. And I was like, well, I want to have a lawyer next time I come here. And they're like, okay, good luck. What you didn't know is that like it was Midsummer's Eve, just a few days before, and I met this guy at like 6 a.m. in the morning. I was playing, and somehow we came into this. He's like, I'm a lawyer. I'll help you for a set at your open airs.
Okay.
I'm
There you
like, that's a good deal.
Was it Bjorn?
Yeah.
Okay, I know him.
Yeah. He's amazing guy. So we came back, 1 or 2 weeks after that with suits. He had a briefcase, my client, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like,
really?
like
Exactly.
it's Brottsmålslagen is like nothing. It's like peeing on a fence,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the woods. No one sees you, basically. I mean, of course, it can go from, peeing on the fence to you can
Public
get jailed for 2
indecency,
years
yeah.
Like if you provoke people into doing reclaim the streets and riot, then it's also Brottsmålslagen. But like this was the very, very least.
Yeah.
So we went really hard, and they said, well, we'll have to go to court for this. And she said, like, it's still time to just comply now,
And that complying would be like, what? Just take a fine?
Take a fine in the dot, and it's like a registered
Okay.
crime and all that.
No.
Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So we went into Björn's office, or Christian Börjesson's office, and we started planning, and he spent all his time just like trying to figure out what we were gonna do. And then he found the key, which was, we're doing some creative because we had the drum machines, and it was really an artistic moment. So we went to the first instance, which was Tingsrätten, and they also like the prosecutor. He was like opening up, really like backstick and all that. He's like, yeah, whatever, just come in. It's a shame you're not like you don't have any records. It's a shame that this is your first one, but. You know how it works. It's just you're gonna go in here. I'm gonna prosecute, and then your lawyer is gonna. He was really talking like this, like,
Okay.
you small guys. This is like a coffee break for me.
Yeah, then why don't I just drop it then, motherfucker?
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
he was like, you're gonna put your defense up, and then I'm gonna have my witness. You can have whatever witness you
You have witnesses.
and then you're just gonna and then you can just like comply, and it's over, and it's no danger. A prick is not that dangerous.
Yeah. But what kind of witnesses did they have?
Like the police officer that,
Okay.
that I said hi to.
Okay.
Anyhow, so he's like, Johannes Drakenberg has, had a party in the day, and it's not good for whatever, and he should be prosecuted for this. And then Christian goes on like, okay, so DJ, and he spent 18 minutes out of 45 explaining to the judges how to DJ.
Okay.
This is how you beat match. This is how you affects, da da da.
There's
And that
an art to it.
Yeah, and that is why it's art. And we played like videos where we were DJing, ABBA tracks with a house beat. Look, it's not an ABBA track.
Yeah.
Avicii, he sells out stadiums 3 days in a row in 5 minutes. Is he a youth box?
Yeah.
How does it work? Because the thing is, in Sweden, DJs goes under law that means back in the day when DJs first arrived, the bands were furious that this one person could come up with like a few crates of vinyl, play for the entire night for the no setting up, no nothing. They could adjust accordingly, go wherever they want
for half the money.
Yeah. So they were like, DJs can never be artists. No. So we were trying to like fight that, and so they went back to the prosecutor. They were like, do you have anything to add? He said, no, nothing. Oh, I want a witness. In comes the police office. I'm like, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked now. And she's like, Johannes Drakenberg is one of the nicest young men I've ever met.
Wow.
He has done nothing wrong. And I was like, is she a fan?
But why didn't they check this out before they put her on the stand? That was a little bit.
She had to. I guess she had to file a report.
Okay.
Because there has been a suspect of crime, so she had to file a report, and the prosecutor was like, "Let's catch someone," and because they were trying to start the rave bus.
Okay.
Gonna go around and basically like a SWAT team for raves. They wanted to like launch that, and this would be the perfect case for them to be like, "You can't do this."
Yep. These people are out of control.
Yeah, and then she was like, "He's nice. He's done nothing wrong." And the judges later on they released me, and then it was like there's this time where they have to, if they wanna charge me again, there was a deadline like I don't know, let's say 15th of August, and nothing happened. Heard nothing. 14th of August, we got a mail. like in the first time when I got the sentence, it was like 3 lines. Johannes had a party. He should be prosecuted.
Yeah.
The second time, it had like 4 A4s pages.
Wow.
Blah 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 blah. And the quote in that warrant was like, "If Johannes Drakenberg walks free on the streets, he may inspire other people to play music for other people, and that is a danger
to society,
Swedish national security."
Yeah. Wow.
So
National security.
I was a terrorist.
Wow.
And then they put up all this proof, like, oh, this is photos from the party. These are the people that called in during the day and like, please just comply. And we're like, and they also put like the Excel sheets from the day, like, please arrive at the scene. This happens. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not my party.
It wasn't your
It's not
party.
my party.
Oh wow.
It's the other party.
Oh wow.
And we got all the numbers.
Yeah.
Because there was 3 people calling me like, this party has to stop, blah blah blah. So we went harder on them.
Yeah.
We draw up the maps, and we had our party, their party, and the numbers, and we drew lines. And every line from our party to the numbers went straight to the other party.
Wow.
And we also got an acoustic professional, and he was like, based on the humidity on the 18th of May 2018,
Fantastic.
Sweden, Stockholm,
Yeah.
an amplitude of this much can travel this far, and then we calculate vegetation, and he just like did all these sheets and numbers, and he's like, there is like, he's like, during my 18 years of professional acoustic work, there is no way these speakers that has this reference, on blah 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 can pronounce, can even remotely disturb these people that have called in.
Wow.
And the cops, they call in him, they're like, yeah, so these CDA 2000, how many people can they play for? He's like, well, it's a CD player. And they're like, yeah, but how many people can they play for?
It's limitless.
Like, how long is rope?
Yeah, exactly.
And then we had Thomas Andersson as well, and he came in as a professional promoter, like talking about the scene and also the scene for me. And then we went to Hovrätten, and we went to the finest hovrätts in Sweden, which is on Riddarholmen, for an entire day. I meet people who have been in armed robberies.
Wow.
I saw this white police car, and there's no white police car, only white.
Yeah.
Out comes like 2 big policemen holding a really, really big, guy with tattoos all over. He had this much way from the car to the, he was going in for like major
something
robbery.
Serious, yeah.
These people were there, and I was there with my open air party on Saturday in May.
Wow.
And we were there for an entire day, and they went so hard. And this prosecutor, they have changed the prosecutor now. Now they had a really like sharp looking woman, and she was like, with the high heels, she held her paper like this, and she's before we go in, she's like, we all know this is a really small crime in the records, but as we all know, it has the outcome of this prosecution has a huge impact for you as a culture and for us as society. So I want you to know that I'm prepared. Basically, she was like,
yeah, exactly.
And then she went really hard.
So good, we're prepared too, motherfucker.
Yeah. And we had Emilia, Miss Mosquito, and she's a lawyer. Christian was an advocat, or not advocat. He's a jurist, and Emilia is an advocat.
Yeah.
So yeah, she went on and on and on, and I basically couldn't understand what they were saying, because they were speaking at like
lawyer talk
in tingsrätten. It's like feelings, and you can win them.
Talking about evidence and small things like that. Yeah.
In hovrätten, you can get away with like the clear, if you are sneaking through the letters of the book, you can get
procedure.
Away with it. Exactly. So it's crazy. And then also their witness now was the tillståndsmyndighetens ordförande, the guy signing the
permissions. Yeah.
And he said like, he also went on me beforehand. I've seen your name. You have a lot of rapes in open air, so you must go down. And then he had his speech, and he was totally like, everything above 4 people gathering outside should have a permit. He thought like,
Jesus.
So if we were like having a barbecue, you should apply for a permit.
Oh my God.
Pay 500 kronor, wait for half a year.
For real.
Put out
just to have follow all the rules, get some guards, toilets. That's insane.
Yeah, but we won.
Okay.
We got him.
All right. What's your plans for the future then?
Plans for the future?
Are you planning on DJing, doing more parties, or just leaving the party doing behind and just DJing every once in a while, or?
I love to DJ. I love to perform. I love to, you know, have all these machines and just like go at it and be kind of lost within music. It sounds a little deep, I guess, but I love to just be overwhelmed with stuff to do. We have this thing called Element 9, which is a psytrance themed band where we hook up like all these lasers and visuals and all that, and it's so much more fun to create something, you know, something with a bigger purpose than just DJ. You know, when you're bringing in a truckload of gear and setting it up through that entire day, and you have 4 people and you have a run sheet and you have Tibetan monks come in just for a break, they're all singing and then they leave. You know, that kind of production is it's something new. And so we're kind of, now it's been the pandemic, he's been crazy with work, I've been crazy with work, but we kind of that's something that we've been wanting to do for a long time, to go, you know, to take that into house and techno, because the way we look at it, I mean, it's just Richie Hawtin and people like that who does something like that. You know, there's no one in town who really like goes the extra mile, and you know, they have not synced visuals and synced lasers, but like we sync it in a way that when we work with the music, things happen. So we sync, you know, this knob to this laser's parameters, and when we turn the knob, things happen. It's not like, you know, so that's what we want to kind of do.
Before we go though, you guys did a fundraiser for Ukraine.
Yeah.
You should definitely be commended on that.
Thank you.
As a person who's like a little bit on the outside right now, because like I said, I've been kind of staying a little bit low because everyone's doing parties, everyone's doing stuff. So I've kind of been a little bit in the background. For someone that I didn't feel like I had the resources to do anything, I think you guys took advantage of the opportunity and really did something positive for the people that are suffering in Ukraine.
Thank you.
How many events did you guys have? 1 or 2?
We did like the first event was made up before the invasion, so we decided after the event and all, you know, that, and we had like paid Axel Boman and a lot of these things, but then Kenneth was like, oh, we should have, you know, 10 or 20% from the fee to Ukraine, and just like, sure. And then I said, I'll give my fee for free, and then I said in the DJ group, like, there's no list tonight. If someone wants to go in for a list, they'll have to donate to Ukraine, then they get on the list. So they don't have to pay for the club, they have to pay to Ukraine.
So pay that 20% and you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly. And then it just escalated. Anton Tagiev, who is Russian with a Ukraine wife, he's just like, he's been awake for days. He's totally devastated by, you know, everything that's happening right now in Ukraine or Russia.
Of course, yeah.
And he's like, we have to do something. We have to collect money. And then we went, me, Kenneth, Valerio, Jukka Hinneman, and Anton. And we spoke like, oh, what should we do? And then we spoke a lot about the fact that, you know, we don't want this to be like, this is us doing a party. Look, here's our brand. We said like, there's gonna be no logo, no nothing. It's just like, this is all these people, all these DJs. Everyone is united under like the one flag. And everything should just go to Ukraine.
If I can ask, how much you guys donated?
I think we calculated the both parties combined, like 170,000, something like that. So that's
fantastic.
Yeah, just from having fun.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's at least one Stinger missile, maybe.
Yeah. Exactly. It's crazy.
No, but it was to UNICEF. They don't buy missiles. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Never know. Yeah, but I think you guys should be commended for that. That's good work.
Thank you.
And it follows up the message I think that you're trying to put out there, that, you know, we're a part of a community, whether it's people that's just in our town or in our immediate surroundings. Whenever someone is in a negative situation, we should all help. Because I always ask that question. I always ask, is there anything particular you wanted to say with this time? Something you want to promote, or a particular message that you want to get across, or something that you see that needs to be pointed out in our scene or in society in general?
Really just take care of each other, and yeah, I guess what I want to, you know, bring forward is to just take care of each other and enjoy each other. I know that sounds really vague, but like, it's, people are overlooking themselves and others so much these days. Me too, you too, everyone. Like, society is just pushing us more and more into some space where I don't think we should be. The screens definitely play a huge part in that. Everyone is becoming more egoistic, and this culture is about not being egoistic and giving. And I think everyone should just practice that core principle.